in that part of the world. Indonesia is one of those countries which people will be focused on. The whole of Africa is clearly out there. And we have our challenges in execution because in some of these countries there is no democracy. In some of the countries there is over democracy, and you require some balance in terms of trying to get a country's strategy to move forward. And I think that across all the major sectors there is going to be a huge opportunities for US companies. I heard interesting comments during the previous session in terms of the low cost of labor in China, and it could have easily added India to that flavor and trying to compete with the US cost of labor. But I think that the equation on costs has to be changed to include quality and productivity. When you add quality and productivity of an Indian person, of a Chinese person, of an African national, of an Asian national and a US national, then I think those indexes will look very, very different. So you need to look at an adjusted cost for quality, cost and productivity before you come to this equation saying our costs are 10 times yours, so how can we compete? I don't think it's all about that. Look at the terrific logistics infrastructure that exists in the United States, and the cost of internal transportation is a fraction of the cost that we have in India, and the bottlenecks that we face in India. So there are a large number of positive drivers on the competitiveness index for countries like the United States, which they need to capture. With the dynamic leadership of Fred and his colleagues at US Exim, the US Exim is now making great inroads into India. But if you look at the US Exim India balance sheet, for example, it's mostly on aircrafts, and it's not in the hardcore infrastructure needs of India. Hopefully we're changing that with what we are doing at our company level in terms of creating power infrastructure and mining infrastructure to get some of the projects. But I believe that in the next 5 years, more than 50% of all US Exim lending to India will not be aircrafts. And the challenge is for US companies to come and really see the potential in India. Most people have not proceeded beyond Dakota and Tennessee to figure out that there exists a country called India, and I'm sure if they've not seen India with 1 billion people, they do not know the rest of the region. And I think that's a very major challenge, and I'm sure that